Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. Since last time I got flying in the locks, and I brought Astrologian up to speed with its job quest. And what it gets for its job quest is essentially an extra draw, basically. And what's nice about it is that it guarantees you a different crest, so you have less of a difficult time, getting all three different crests. And it was slightly different before that. I don't know what it did before that because I changed it in 5.3. It's not really that important though. So, anywho. The Mad King's Trove. Adjourn to a more suitable location, huh? Alpha Note's just like, "No, Aaron Paul, you adorable idiot." Boop 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 doodle doo 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 doo. Apparently no one in this universe minds standing in ankle-deep water. Hell, it's almost up to Alpha Note's knees. Buddy, you got the lock in your boots. Dry ravines, huh? Ancient city of Skalla, which rose and fell during the 5th astral era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war, yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Loch Seld. It's my belief that the darkness beneath the palace, mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe, was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below. The ruins of Skalla. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's Trove? Precisely. And since we know that court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods knows how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Clyde, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arnvald and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Seems like they're taking the easy road. Although, I mean, obviously they can't swim down here with Clyde. They don't have the blessing. Shame we didn't get Alice in on this. She could come down here with us. But I was actually thinking earlier. I was thinking to myself, which... Oh, look, it is like a kingdom down here. But I was thinking, which Scion has the most screen time? And I was thinking after my Let's Play is done, up to the current story patch or whatever, I might be able to find out. I could just look through every major, cutscene, and I could probably find which Scion has the most screen time. I'm betting that it's Alpha Note, actually, because of Heaven's Word, basically, like after A Realm Reborn, the other Scions went missing for, quite a while, and Alpha Note had an entire expansion where he was like the only Scion. And then he's been a forerunner in Stormblood. Like, he wasn't there for the most of the Far Eastern stuff, but he was still there. Uh-huh. So link pearls work underwater. Hmm. Ah, so we're in a race now. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Because obviously we might not queue into it. But until then, we can at least... I don't know. Try something else, I suppose. There's not a lot we can do, though. Let's see, I guess we could go to the fringes, right? See about that Omega stuff. We won't be able to go very far, though, due to an instance battle that has to happen. Also, come to think of it, I haven't checked, but let me make sure Clyde's not set up to, okay, good. I wanted to make sure he wasn't set up to being able to join in-progress runs. I turn that on whenever I'm, like doing a roulette or something, because sometimes, you can join into a dungeon at the very end if, some guy was an asshole or just had to leave or had a, disconnect or whatever. You sometimes look out and save yourself a whole bunch of time by being willing to join dungeons in the middle of the run. But for the purposes of showing people stuff in a Let's Play, as nice as it might be to show you an example of queuing into a dungeon mid-run, it's not really that great for showing you, like the starter cutscene, all the bosses. It's largely not worth it, because I'd want to show all the bosses. Theoretically, the queue to Drowned City shouldn't take that long. But, well, we'll see. Oh, look, it's another Stone Sea Sky, or whatever. For level 70. We picked that quest up eons ago. Or a couple episodes ago, or 3 or 4 episodes ago, I don't really remember. These other blue plus mark quests, they're both tied to unlocking Beastmen dailies in this zone for the good tribe of the Ananta. And those can be worthwhile. You can get a mount out of that, lots of experience points and stuff. I just don't particularly care about it because it's not required, and at least not required as far as I remember. And while the story, the side story you get from it sort of foreshadows some incoming events, it honestly just bugs you the more when you do it, because it has a plot thread that they assert that is later proven false. So. Oh wow, that hole filled up. Let's see what Sid has to say. Veritable sea of condensed ether. Our precious has been busy. What villainy is this? In slumber, sweet have I lain, since mine offspring's war with man did end, yet I could not choose but stir at this abhorrent stench. Have care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. Long have we known one another, our history spanneth eons and stars. Oh gods, what's happening? Like a deformed chocobo. Ah, but it was just a ghost. Phew. Apparently not. It passed right through me as if it were some sort of illusion. This is one of Omega's creations. Omega is a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of weaving aether into life. That serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long. Pretty cool. Well, whatever it is, it's gone. Well, this peculiar thing remains. Well, that peculiar thing became tangible, so... Where? It looks like a chocobo, and Quez like a chocobo. I'm thinking it's probably a chocobo? Seems legit. Looks like a chocobo in the same way a mammoth looks like a person, if you know what I mean. You heard him Qued, didn't you? He's a chocobo, I'm sure of it. Fascinating. We should dissect it in the name of science. I have no idea what it is, but it doesn't seem to pose any immediate threat. Where? The way it Quez isn't unlike a chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed doll to me. It's definitely a chocobo, trust me on this. The ones we Wildfells ride are all about this size, aren't they? I suppose. Alright, let's go for chocobo for now. Thy mistress's blessing extendeth not unto this creature's soul, then. Very well, this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it in thy stead. Clyde, aren't you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? It's Midgard Swarmer. What, the Midgard Swarmer who fought and fell at the Battle of Silvertear Skies? And here I was, content to be traveling in the company of just one legend. Without wishing it to offend you, hero, the father of dragons does have something you do not, that being relevant knowledge. There is much we could learn from him. Little and less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in records dating back to the Third Astral Era, before the Allagan Empire reached its zenith, and said records had but one thing to say: Omega activation successful. In the centuries that followed, the Allagans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was nary a further mention of Omega until its capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. It was always assumed that the Allagans built it, and I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgard Swarmer tells us that it's not even of our world. Just so, it haileth from another star. More than that I will not say. I have spoken with this being. It telleth of a strange plane beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight, yet being weak, it chose flight instead, and thus crossed over into this world. Ordered to fight? By Omega? Why in the seven hells would it do that? To put its creations to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes. Wait, you're saying we should jump in? You have naught to fear from the fall. The hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Hydaelyn. Fate bindeth me to Omega. If it be thine intent to pursue it, I shall lend thee my strength. So you really can show us around the inside of the hole, can you? Quick! And look, it leads into an instance battle, like I said. So apparently Wedge can't swim. It's more purple, really. I mean, it's kind of pinkish, but it's purple. Or violet. What have you. Yeah. Aww. Man, that's actually quite deep there. I hope they pony up to the edge first before jumping in. Let's see. What else could we do while we wait? Says it needs a tank. We're in the queue as tank for a level 70 dungeon. Of course, most people playing right now are either 80 and loving it and just doing all the new stuff, or spamming, replaying it, redoing it, or the come on, brain, work with me. Oh, my brain's not working for me here. Oh yeah, or they're not, or they're new, and they're not level 70 yet. Or they jump skipped and they're level 70, but they jump skipped straight to Shadowbringers. So this is actually kind of an awkward tier right now, because the skip potions put you beyond it. And I don't know if the skip potions actually unlock side dungeons for you. I don't think that they do. I wouldn't see why they would. They'd have to unlock main storyline dungeons for you, but not side dungeons. Of course, Skalla is a story dungeon, so it's kind of a really don't have that much more stuff to unlock that's not gated behind the main story. Skalla, this Drowned City of Skalla is sort of a linchpin in our progress here. Because as far as dungeons go, this is a side, we got 1, 2, We did one of them. We got 3 side dungeons to do. But they toned down the number of dungeons we got in starting in Heavensward they did, but in Heavensward we still got 2 every major patch, which was, you know, it was less than we were used to at 50, but it was enough. And then in Stormblood they cut it down to 1 major dungeon every patch, which really sucked. So basically, we've got the Reliquary of Skalla, and then after that, there's going to be one called Hell's Lid, and then there's going to be the Swallow's Compass, and both Hell's Lid and Swallow's Compass are actually side dungeons. Oh hey, how about that? Yeah, we got in. Yay, Skalla! Yay! But yeah, dungeons were so sparse in Stormblood that, you know, I think there's literally half the amount of dungeons, including the leveling dungeons, as there was in Heavensward. And, they've kept dungeons to a minimum, and it kind of irritates me. But what can you do? Well, looks like we got a Y'shtola cosplayer. Okay, we gotta be fine. Hope that ninja's not being silly. You'll see ninjas, they have a ground AoE. They're like one of the only DPS that still has a ground AoE. It functions like Salted Earth, except it's on a, you know, it's, well, I guess it's on a shorter cooldown too, but you see it's that Earth, the Doton. I'm sure you've seen it before. We've had ninjas in the party before, right? Mustn't forget to eat my food. The 3% bonus adds up. Here, amidst these crystals, we have the Kelpie. A giant water horse monster. And oddly enough, a boss that actually patrols his room. I think they should do it with more bosses, honestly. But man, it's dying fast. Ridiculous how fast it's dying. Its names used to be, instead of Hydro Pull, it was like, Push, and it used the water, that pink water, or purple water you see at the side there. It used that to, you know, to push or pull you. Right? So the names were inverted to make it more difficult. And people complained enough that they changed it. And then they claimed that it was a localization issue, that the localizer got it wrong. Which, I mean, I suppose that's possible, but, like, that, you know, it makes it too easy. Which, I mean, you saw how we smoked that thing, but even so... I think we could use that. Now this is a really fun super pull. It's very, was very risky back in the day when this was new. And it's still risky now. Just for the sheer number of monsters in the pool, but also the fact that the positioning for the pool gets very strange because of the giant monsters. But even though they have this dungeon synced to, like, what, 340 I think it is, or something like that? Or 370? I don't know what it synced us to. I'll have to rewatch it at some point. We're way too high, we're smoking it, you know? The dungeon itself drops item level 315 gear, which, you know, isn't even as good as stuff you could buy with your weekly tomestones back when Stormblood was brand new. But that's usually how dungeon upgrades go. They're intended for alt jobs and for raid optimization for late tier raiding. Not always apparent to people. Some people will question why dungeon gear exists at all. Most people are contented with just saying, "Oh, it's for glam," obviously. But in truth, it's late phase raiding and alt jobs. That's literally it. Like, I don't remember if it was an edit that somebody did, but you notice this boss opens up and like there's like another little doll inside. At some point, either it was a just a thing that happened, like true or something, or it was an edit somebody did, but somebody edited it or modded it and took a screenshot where when it opens up, inside is a fat cat. So that's pretty funny. Interesting thing right here, when you transform into these things, to get across this chasm, if you lose the transformation while you're over the chasm, then you die. Fall in the chasm and die. It's kind of funny. Basically an anti-speedrun measure, too. gives the dungeon some flavor, though. Wish that my off-global attack still gave me MP. I don't think that would be too much to ask for Dark Knight. Especially if they're only gonna dumb it down and only have one combo. But, you know, whatever. I've been over that before, plenty. Can't really stop going over it. Very annoying. You know, I noticed that the ninja's been sort of dying. That's because almost every monster in that pool cleaves, or at least the dolls do. There's like 3 dolls, and they cleave. Oh, that's an interesting, like, manticore, I guess. Roderick Poison Tongue. Oh, he's got telegraphs that are basically just his body. That's the tail swipe. That's a laser from his mouth. Another laser from his mouth. And yet another laser from his mouth. Got him. I also kind of glossed over it, but you may have noticed some of the monsters turning into, towards the end here, turning into people. The curse was true. Theodoric cursed his own family into being demons. Aw, and Clyde has the sad about it, because they literally just killed people. So that's cool. But here it is, the Mad King's Trove. Ooh. It's kind of silly. It has cannons in it for some reason, but look, it's gold statues, gold there, you know, more gold, gold, like some sort of slab things that were, you know, like to sarcophagi of, like, there's a mummy in there. Like, look, there's a mummy in there, right? Which I guess is like the sarcophagi of the Skalla people. Now that looks like an Elizin to me. I think some people think that it's Theodoric for some reason, but I'm of the mind that it's somebody from Skalla. But I don't know. I don't know who it's supposed to be. I'm sure there's a lore book out there that tells you. We should be getting some cutscenes with Alpha Bro and Aaron Blood. I thought they'd found a portal.
Oh, bugger it.
Are you all right?
Aye. Everything's still attached.
Ah, it seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
I killed a bunch of people. Felt bad about it.
Much the same then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
No trouble at all, son of Alamigo. You could bring more people. Poor Alpha, no, it's still scared of ghosts. I might as well go adventuring with Valise. The Butcher's Blood, huh? Seems legit. What's cooking, hotness? Oh, you three look pleased with yourselves. What have you been up to? Glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. Yeah, Ironfold got some treasure, and now we're filthy bitch. Well, I mean rich. You're joking. The Mad King's Trove. I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people, but they didn't have Clyde and Alpha Node in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. That's what to do with it all. I vote that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Ehrenwald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not have hoped to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for and that it goes for the spinning of it as well. Thank you. Oh, there is one other thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphanode. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphanode. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Deep breaths. Tell me what happened. A mob's gathered outside headquarters and they've started making demands. You'd best come and see for yourself. What are those demands? Kill Fordola, kill Fordola, kill the bloody bitch.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out! Bring her out!
What's going on? Someone let slip about Fedorla.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Butcher the... Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down! Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye! And my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance, but we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves, and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
I know you're right, I do, but I can't.
I feel like every Alamegan can settle to get a personal tailor. I don't know, some commerce with places with like real clothes. Every time they dress Alamegans up, it feels like they're putting them in rags. Of course General Aldine is right. Raban, you've gotten taller since the Realm Reborn. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Where are the representatives, exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and Kikirin to participate. The cannibalistic Kikirin? Really? Like, she said the Kikirin, but like the Kikirin that live in Alamigo are cannibals. Well, maybe not cannibals, but at least man-eaters. Oh, don't worry, I don't think she'll be coloring anybody. I think I'll be coloring her. If you know what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. She's a transformer? I think we got enough time for this cutscene. Pretty sure I started the recording at like, what was it, like 3:02 or something like that. Don't let her keep her regular clothes. Put her in prison clothes, which look like every other Alamigan's clothes.
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you? Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men! And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it! You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Time for Echo Vision.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right. Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Sounds kind of weird hearing Al Megan say that about Gaius.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're citizens. We have rights.
Father, I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
Traitors! Traitors!
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Ugh. I hate the Imperials.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, God's gods! What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
I wonder if her mom's still alive.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes, wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Yep.
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led!
And you know about us?
Bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay! You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone. The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why? Damn you. Damn you all.